Hey guys, I'm Rich from NeoWin. Today we're unboxing the Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Yoga with OLED display. Now this is one that I'm pretty excited about. What you're looking at right now is the Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Yoga. This one I reviewed already, and you can find that review on neowin.net. But this one had a 1080p LCD. So this one that's in this box right here is going to have the 1440p OLED display. Now, OLED PCs are still pretty rare, and that's kind of one of the things that I love about Lenovo's products, is that they don't really do what everyone else is doing, right? I mean, you could see that it has the carbon fiber body, where a lot of other OEMs are just kind of doing that metallic aluminum look, which is similar to what Apple does. And this obviously this doesn't fit in with the look of all the other devices out there, right? It's not just another one. Let's see what else is in here. Some paperwork that we're not going to look at. We've got what's going to be in here is a power adapter, obviously. Now, this power adapter is USB Type-C. So obviously it does charge through USB Type-C. It's not that different from the one I already reviewed, although I do have some Lenovo laptops that they've sent me that have multiple charging solutions, like a legacy power adapter port and then also USB Type-C. Now there are a couple other differences that we're going to find with this model. This one's got a Core i7. The last one they sent me was Core i5. So there's going to be a boost in performance there, although I should point out that it's the Core i7 7600U processor. I believe it's 7600. We can see the screen booting up here. It might be the 7500. What I do know is that it's not the 7660, which would be that's the one that comes with the Intel Iris Plus 640 graphics. So this one still has the Intel HD graphics 620 that you also get with the Core i5 model. All right. Also, we got twice as much RAM in here, so it's 16 gigs, 512 gigabytes of storage. So it's definitely a boost up all around. So we're gonna have new performance tests and everything. All right. One thing that they still didn't give me, although I wish they would, and I asked, is the cellular model. They do make a variant of this, and it's just an add-on when you can configure the product for a Snapdragon X7 cellular modem. So we can just put these right next to each other, and maybe you could kind of see the difference. But you do get it's a lot more vibrant in the colors on the OLED model. But back to the cellular thing, I really love that they make these cellular PCs. Microsoft is doing the ARM PC thing that's coming up probably around CES. And that's supposed to be a big thing for always connected PCs. And I love that about Lenovo. Like I said, that they're not doing what everyone else is doing. And they're actually making cellular PCs with Intel processors. Like, why do we have to wait till CES when we can just do it now, right? So back to the screen, because that is really the big feature of this particular unit, other than the performance tests that we'll be doing. You'll notice that the screen is truly black. Like, you really can't see where the bezel ends and where the screen begins, because an LCD screen is entirely backlit, and you can see that over here. So you'll notice with, say, your television, if the screen is showing something completely black, you can still tell that it's on, right? Because there's a backlight behind it. And that's not the case with OLED, because OLED, which stands for Organic Light Emitting Diodes, you could actually turn those pixels off, so you get true blacks. Now, I'm not sure, they didn't tell me particularly what kind of OLED this is. There's two kinds. There's active matrix and passive matrix. I'd imagine this is active matrix or AMOLED, because that's a lot more common in bigger screens, and it's generally considered to be better for various reasons. You'll see a lot of POLED screens in smartwatches. The Microsoft Band had it, but also there are some phones that have it. I mean, I believe LG said the V30 is going to. The LG put it in the G Flex 2 a couple years ago. So yeah, but the screen looks beautiful. I also like the bumped up resolution. I feel like 1080p is a little too low in a laptop of this size. It's a 14-inch display. And I feel like 1080p is too low even in a 13-inch display. And I have 4K laptops, and those tend to really drain the battery. And I feel like 1440p is really the sweet spot. And since you could turn the pixels off when it's black like this, it's not using as much power. So, and obviously since it's a 14-inch device rather than a 13-inch device, it has a bigger battery. So, it this should be a really fun device to use, and I can't wait to move forward with it. Anyway, that's all I got for now, because we really went over this device. You can see that it has a lot of ports. That was one thing that I really loved about the X1 Yoga, is that they didn't pull out any stops when it came to ports. All right, we have over here obviously is the power button. We have a built-in pen over here, which is pretty cool because you can see there's charging pins on the pen, and when you're not using it, it's charging while it's in the device, and you don't have to worry about that. And you don't have to worry about storage because it's right there carrying it around. We have a headphone jack right here, or a headset jack because it works on microphones too. USB Type A, HDMI, and then if we go to the other side, you can see we've got a pair of Thunderbolt 3 ports and 2 more USB Type A ports. So that's really cool if you ask me. You don't see many laptops or convertibles coming out these days that have 2 USB-C ports and 3 USB Type A ports. It's really end-to-end and HDMI, because a lot of the stuff coming out now just has USB Type C, or like the HP Spectre X360 has the 13-inch has 1 USB Type A and 2 Type C. It's really cool to see when that really doesn't pull out the stops and you get everything that you want. One more thing, which is probably my favorite feature, which I'll point it out anyway. The keys retract. So you go to use this thing like a tablet, and the keys are just flush against the device. And it's the most minor inconvenience when you're using another kind of device, but those keys get in the way when you're using it like this. And I love it. I love that they just kind of thought to do that little minor thing. Anyway, guys, that's it. I'm Rich from NeoWin. Have a great night.